You're listening to Miscast Commentary, where two guys have seen way too many movies and have way too much time on their hands.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now here's your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary, a Coming Attractions episode. I'm Joe Finley.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And we're back in the same room for a Coming Attractions episode. Good God. It's been a really long time.
But no, it wasn't. It was just like 5 years ago.
Yeah. The time. Where does it
Time
go?
doesn't fall. 5 years is nothing to an eternal.
Do not get me started.
Couple of clunkers. I guess we've all seen a couple clunkers in our own opinion.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of weeks, movies have started again.
Yeah.
I saw No Time to Die. I absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
I walked out.
I enjoyed it. We differ on that, and that's okay. That's
then
what
you
makes us
saw-
human. And then I saw The Eternals, and I absolutely
Which
hated
nobody
it.
liked.
And then I saw...
There's gay people in it.
Well,
And people that aren't white.
well, and I took issue actually in the last.
It's probably
One of
because
the
you're
last-
a raging racist.
Yeah.
Transphobe is the reason you didn't like it.
Oh, absolutely. I saw this TikTok video, and basically their whole stance was, if you didn't like it, it's because you're a homophobe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, first off,
Like-
there's one gay dude in the movie. There's a couple of people who I guess you could sell off as androgynous.
I like the people that do these
like-
things, though. It's like, well,
Yeah.
why? You just stir on the pot here.
Yeah.
Nobody didn't like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure no people probably did.
Yeah.
But it's just a shitty movie.
Yeah, there's absolutely people who do that every time, because I mean we've seen it. We've seen
The
it
bad
with
thing,
with
too,
Black Stormtrooper. We've
Is
seen
when the people are like, I didn't like this movie
Yeah.
because of the sexuality of the characters or the race of the characters, and then the movie sucks on top of it.
Yeah.
So then they're like, I just didn't like the movie. You're like, I didn't either. And then they're like, yeah, fucking.
Yeah, we're the
fucking
same.
Indians, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
forget
you're like, whoa.
Well, that's what happens, and that's what happens like with somebody like that TikTok. It just grouped everybody together. It's like, well, this is how those people felt, so that's obviously everybody who didn't like it, and I had to respond to it, and I'm like, no,
Had to.
It was just
Had to.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel compelled, and it was just like, no, that was a poorly made movie, and it's okay to not like it. It's not okay to come on with that attitude and say, well, yeah, it's garbage because of this or that. But but they're obviously also not going to say, oh, well, there's a gay guy in it, so it was a bad movie. So
Until they go to church.
so then it's like, so then all of a sudden it just devalues people who just had an opinion about the movie. Because
That's exactly, yeah.
that sucks. So
Just like Michael Myers is a homophobe because he killed gay people.
No,
and Halloween Kills.
spoiler alert, Michael Myers is a homophobe because he took the time to pose the gay guys like their photo. I don't care if you haven't seen this movie. I don't give a fuck. He posed literally two gay characters, no problem, but there's a picture of them up on the mantle where like the one guy's head's in the other guy's lap. It's a nice little photo from a park or something like that. He posed them like that. You know how Michael Myers loves to pose his victims? It's a big
does
MO
now.
of Michael Myers. And then he also put on a Linda Ronstadt album. Probably something he doesn't even know how to do is friggin' like run a vinyl.
He loves
But-
Linda Ronstadt.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Everyone kills to Linda Ronstadt.
Almost exclusively. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to die.
Would he put on a different record if it was a straight couple?
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
He'd put on Daft Punk or...
Around the world, around. They'll just kill themselves. I love that fucking song.
you know what just occurred to me? It's very funny to me that there's a possibility that Papa Roach is on vinyl.
Yeah, they are.
Cut my
We're on
life
vinyl.
into pieces.
We're on vinyl.
That's fair.
Episode 859.
Yeah, I would love to put out an album on vinyl. Mm-hmm. That would be amazing.
Just like Bob and Doug.
Well, I have Bob and Doug on vinyl.
Yes,
too,
you do.
So that's like that.
Yeah.
That's the dopest. I
Like
got a
Bill
few.
Cosby live from prison.
Yeah.
That was a great vinyl.
Yeah. It turns out he did nothing wrong.
Apparently,
That's the way I feel about it.
He's blind. He's like, how could I do? I'm blind. Okay, that was like the worst Bill Cosby in the history of time.
know what the sleeping or the waking.
That's a much better one than what I don't know what the hell I was even trying to do there.
That was a low bar, sir.
I know, it's still exactly like holy Christ.
So yeah, lots of things to talk about. We obviously we haven't done a coming attractions episode since the Alec Baldwin incident on the set of Rust.
Yes.
That was a crazy thing.
Do you think he's going to be charged or anything?
I don't think he's going to be charged.
I wouldn't think either because he didn't set the gun up or anything.
I think that what's going to happen is there's going to be a lawsuit against.
Why is there like a live round in the gun?
It's not a live round. It's exactly the same thing that happened with Brandon Lee. Is there's this stuffing in the thing to when it goes, it like does a flash, but every now and again it comes out as a big solid.
Right.
And usually when you do that, you don't fire in the direction of people in the event that happens. But what they did is he was supposed to have what's called a cold gun, which doesn't do anything. So you can just go click, 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 like I'm a gun guy.
Right.
Click, click. But he had that gun instead because they gave him the wrong gun. But it reminded me a lot, not just because that somebody died from a gun. It reminded me a lot, like as more and more came out about like safety standards on the set and attitudes on the set and stuff like that. It reminded me of The Crow because remember all the stuff we talked about during that one where like they guys were getting drunk and partying on the set and they'd said something about they all got t-shirts or something that was about like how shitty the production was or something like that.
Yeah, they were saying too something about
Rust
they
did
were
the same thing.
Yeah, they were out shooting the guns around.
Yeah, like
after hours and like apparently the armorer lady wasn't going to take the job because it was so unprofessional. But I still find it weird that Alec Baldwin would be in a movie where the production would be so unprofessional.
Well, and he was one of the producers.
Yeah, I'm like,
but I still don't know what level producer. Like, is he a vanity producer or is he a he just gets a producer credit or I don't know. But he took the time to talk to I guess because he's being constantly followed around by the press. And he agreed to talk to them kind of in exchange for saying, hey, leave us alone, please. Right. And so he was trying to talk and his wife kept coming out and she's like Karen videotaping them and going like, what do you want from us? And blah, blah, blah. And he like a couple of times he's like, get lost. Like I'm gonna here. It's like I'm gonna answer their question. Like he's like, let me answer their question, and just like I don't have quotes on it, but it said in the thing he snapped at her. I'm like, no, he was just kind of like I think that he was being while probably not happy with her, he was being very reasonable of like I'm trying to answer their question. Like
he's like, I'm not telling you, and then he like beats his wife.
Yeah, she's not used to this. She's like the worst she's used to is being accused of not being Spanish.
How dare you?
Right. And so
I hate when people accuse me of not being Spanish.
I know.
Fucking infuriates me.
God damn it. But just that whole thing was just horrible, and I feel so badly.
I know, for the people, of course.
And the
that should never happen, especially not in like a movie.
And somebody,
what the fuck,
somebody made a point, and it's true. And this is kind of like the thing is we always kind of clamor for practical effects are better. But here's one place where it doesn't matter, is with a gun. Because all you're going to do is have a gun and boom, and all they're going to do is those little muzzle flashes and a sound effect, right? It's not like they're having to animate the gun in the hand and then animate the bullet coming out of it and all that stuff. It's just poo, poo. So they could skip that altogether, and really all you're losing is a loud noise on set that you're going to have to cancel out anyways in favor of a sound effect.
I wonder what they use in the John Woo movies, because you never heard anybody getting hurt in any of those. That's all they do is shoot at each other and things blowing up everywhere.
Well, because they're all trained to dodge bullets. So they're using live
hot
bullets.
gun, yeah.
Chow Yun Fat has been shot 75 times, and it's just he literally just
he's got all those
them out of his body.
All those moves from the Dragon movie where he's flipping around.
Still one of my favorite Community lines when Chang is talking about potentially having a baby. And he's like, I can hear the feet of little the pitter patter of little Chang feet on the treetops. And so that was obviously that was obviously horrible. It's a good way to start off our discussion of the news today. But then we get into some Marvel related casting, and the Bill Murray admitted to being cast in Ant-Man.
This was going to be my I was like, boom, he's going to be Kang.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, that was Buddy from Loki.
They have, they
And I was like, oh, shit. Well, there goes that.
Yeah, but like you said, there. I mean,
That was like they're doing a switcheroo.
There's always a
He
chance
works for
a
Kang.
slip.
He works for Kang.
There you go. There's always a chance for a switcheroo, but I mean, they keep saying that he's Kang, so I mean, but it's not like they've not lied before.
Exactly.
So I rule nothing out, but I'm for now.
Hell would he be like the mayor in the one scene? Like,
well, but again, like I said, is he going to be in the next 6 movies? There's no chance.
absolutely, he's ready for franchise money.
Unless Paul Thomas Anderson, or Wes Anderson. Sorry, wrong Anderson. Apologize.
We'll be directing the next Avengers movie. Very quirky.
Oh my God. Falcon comes up and faces the camera. I am now finally at one with my own identity. And then he wanders off, and then like a smoking Gwyneth Paltrow.
No, Falcon is now Jason Schwartzman.
Oh, definitely. Falcon is Jason. Oh my God. And Owen Wilson already in the Marvel universe. Oh, wow. We're combining worlds. Wow. So
is Vince Vaughn in the new Curb Your Enthusiasm? I thought I saw a scene with I didn't know. I was like, is this the same preview? Like,
he is in the season. I don't know for what.
Whatever, right.
I think he's just a guy in an
he's
episode
gonna be
or something
in
like
the...
that.
I love that, man.
He's going to make some bad decisions.
I can't believe you blew my Bill Murray news, man. I was like, shit.
I'm so sorry, man.
I was like, he's going to be Kang, and in 2 days you'll see on Screen Rant and all those other ones that rip off my brain.
Yeah.
It'll be there.
Yep, absolutely.
And then you fucking ruin it because Buddy, what is his name, Jonathan Winters?
Yeah. So, yeah, Jonathan Winters.
Buddy? Wasn't that the guy? That's Shelley Winters' dad?
No. Well, they were brother, sister, but also Jonathan Majors. That's what we're talking about.
Oh. So there should have been Jonathan Winters.
Yeah, that would be amazing. He's been dead for 20 some odd years, but that would make it
just
better.
Use the Dio hologram.
Yeah,
and just put a new skin on it of Jonathan Winters.
That would be the best. And then more casting news. This is still very preliminary news, but apparently Jim Carrey is being cast as MODOK within the MCU, with making several appearances, one of which they said was She-Hulk. This is based on a leaked document.
I know MODOK, but I don't know what's the deal with MODOK.
MODOK is this
it's like a big face.
Yeah, he's essentially a big face. He's this alien creature. Go watch MODOK on Disney Plus and get more information than I could possibly give you, because my knowledge is limited.
Yeah. So what an ad.
Just check it out, because I don't know.
Check it out.
You check it out, because I haven't. And
is Boba Fett out?
Boba Fett's coming out in December 29th, but the trailer came out and it looks
I didn't see it. I'm gonna watch it when I go home.
It looked so good, and it's
Bobby.
It has
a prequel to The Mandalorian.
No.
Oh no, it goes right after The Mandalorian.
Yeah. This and it has a really cool vibe, like this kind of mob vibe going, right?
So but the Sopranos theme going.
Yeah. Yeah, it's him. It's him and Luke's land speeder.
Got myself lightsaber.
I still think that the song "Connected," you gotta make sure you're connected. That song fits on that scene perfectly.
Who is it? Make yourself. Oh no,
I don't remember the name. But I'm just thinking that would be a better song because it's about being connected.
I don't know.
You know
That's
what I mean?
more for an ad for Barrel of Monkeys.
It's a little on the nose. But yeah, so I mean that was that. That's a whole other thing happening. What else is going on?
I'm gonna bow forever. I don't know what's going on out there.
All sorts of stuff. It's gonna be
Kanye West legally changed his name to Ye.
Yay!
Yeah.
That would be the best. If that's how he was to be introduced. Ladies and gentlemen, the best rapper in the world. Yay!
I just loved those reveal parties for the new piece of shit 3-hour album that he came out with, where it's just him with a sock, an $8 million Gucci sock over his head, and he's just standing there for 3 hours, just feeling himself, with a crowd cheering. I'm like, this guy, how the fuck,
which is hilarious because
he thinks he's Jesus, he is, and now he's been hanging out with Marilyn Manson and DaBaby, and I'm just like, what
Bieber.
the fuck,
Bieber was there.
I don't know why Bieber. They should not be getting Bieber into their Illuminati bullshit.
Bieber, no, I know. It's like Bieber, he was like this close to getting out.
Haley
like,
Baldwin does not. You're right.
He was like on this downward spiral, and then everything started to kind of even out for a while. And I was like, oh, he might actually get out of this and not be that dude. And now, like, it's just the difference between being a nice Canadian boy or being Aaron Carter.
Oh, and then I saw him hanging out poolside with like Conor McGregor. Like
That
a week
instant-
after Conor McGregor was like, I'll fucking rape your wife. Yeah.
The instant you enter Conor McGregor into your
I'm
life,
just
you're
like,
off. Yeah. It's
even
like-
Machine Gun. Oh, God. I don't even want to say it. Forget it. I don't even want to say the word the man's name on my lips. Forget it.
Don't even do it.
Forget it.
Every time I see it, it's
Not
like,
even.
yeah,
I just want to blow my fucking brains
yeah,
out.
I hear about him and Megan Fox hanging out with whatever. It just
That guy's
instantly,
the number one biggest poser in the entire entertainment world.
If
He
you-
is so like.
if you want to talk about canceling people, these are the people we need to cancel. It's just the people I don't want to see in my life anymore. I was like, I want to see the people I hate. I want to see them in my life so I can punish them.
Yeah.
But it's like the people who like him. It's just like I don't want anything to do with you. But we talked about this a little bit before. But I want your official opinion on here. Who lost out in the divorce? Kim Kardashian, who is now dating Pete Davidson, or Ye, who is now officially all the way into meltdown mode by hanging out with noted rapey boy
And murderer to baby.
murderer to baby, rapey boy, Marilyn Manson, known bucket
rapey
peer,
boy. Yeah.
known bucket peer. Justin
I don't
Bieber.
think Ye could ever lose.
Yeah. Well, because he won't let himself lose.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what he's like a train wreck that people love to watch.
Ooh, can we just point out the cat that's between us right now?
Oh yes.
So you just lean over a
The
little
pussy between
bit. Lean over a little
us.
bit.
No.
Give way to the cat. Meow. Okay. So yeah. So that's
Never let
that.
a pussy come between
I gotta
us.
say,
You promised that years ago.
I
Look
know,
what you just pushed me away.
But then I
You
saw.
just pushed me away.
But then I saw one and I said, I will let every one of those come between us. I don't even care. I don't care if it's disease ridden.
Pustules.
Ugh. Okay, that one can stay aside. Good God. It occurs to me how much I miss doing these ones with you. Because it's
I
like,
know what the fuck. I had a boat story too, but I can't remember right now. So I gotta keep.
okay, we're gonna just keep going. We're gonna talk about something else.
What happened there?
I'm gonna keep talking about how much I hated fucking Halloween.
Oh God, I was so excited for it, and the
know.
preview was so killer.
I know.
And then you got all those like we're all the same color scenes, and I'm like, who the fuck agreed to this? John Carpenter must have looked at the script and laughed.
Well,
and he
but
was like, "Give me the money,
exactly.
whatever."
And also,
like, dang it.
He did because they're like he's doing a brand new song for this. Do you know what it was? Do 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 do. He did the same song again, but then instead of like that synthesized it was like a choral, like a ho ho. Like that was the only difference in the song.
Nice.
And I'm like, that's to him though. I guess he drank so much in the fucking 70s that to him is. the
So
new
what?
song.
Make that money, honey.
Hey, and I'm happy. for
Hell
him,
yeah.
right? But well, I mean, he makes money just by these movies existing.
I'm nervous
he
because
wrote
the first Halloween did so well. Now they're like, you guys resurrect all the guys, and I'm like, yee.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I saw they're doing more on the old monsters too. With a movie that we're recording today, I noticed that somebody is in. They're doing a Bride of Frankenstein. And
The Universal, the MonsterVerse that was supposed to happen before Tom Cruise fucking
well, I mean, they still
crashed a
went.
plane into it.
They still went forward with the Invisible Man, which was supposed to be good.
I didn't see it. It was supposed to be good, actually.
And then
I started watching with somebody, and they're like, "This star's a girl."
Yeah,
I was like, "Yeah."
yeah. I know it's.
It was like the first
But
10
it's
minutes. Like,
Elizabeth
this
Moss.
is boring, and I was like, "What the hell?" Like, it just started.
But people are like that. Like
I
people,
was like, so "It's like a slow burn movie. It's you got to get there."
yeah. But people are like that with just a lot of things. It was the same position like even Captain Marvel was put in. A lot of people were just instantly like, forget it.
Girls.
Doesn't have
I'd rather
big
watch
muscles.
girls.
Doesn't have big muscles. I don't want to see her then.
She's got muscles.
She's got muscles, but they're not big and
And not giant steroid muscles.
they're not they're not helping feed my latent homosexuality. So and that's why I just say right outwards, the Chris's feed my latent homosexuality.
Feed my Frankenstein.
They feed it like chum to Jaws. Here you go. Here you go. Like just like, can't get enough. Oh, and speaking of a Chris Evans is the voice of the real life Buzz Lightyear.
I don't like that.
Why don't you like that?
I don't know, because it should be Tim Allen.
But that was the whole thing, is Tim Allen is like the cartoon and toy version of the real person.
This guy.
So like this is the real story, and the toy and the cartoon are based on him.
Oh.
So that's why it's a different.
Still hate it.
Yeah.
He voiced his own character,
Yeah.
which was played by Tim Allen.
Yeah, that's true.
Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Come on.
I wouldn't have cared one way or the other. It's like whatever. I legitimately don't care. And then
I don't give a shit for real life.
and then it's like the other thing too, because then they're just trying to cancel Tim Allen. They're like, no, the next Tim.
trying to because of his politics.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know what that is.
Well,
he said one thing about something, and now it's like,
yeah, he's right leaning. But he's also a coke dealer, so I mean it is what it is. But the
good shit.
Yeah, the real good shit. It's that stepped on Detroit shit.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is he was that before the first movie came out. So if that's true, they never would have. They never.
Well, yeah, he wouldn't have been in Toy Story 1.
Yeah, and so
But he went to jail years ago.
Yeah, but no, but even like I'm just talking like even just his like right leanings and stuff like that. Like that wasn't a secret.
If you're on a show that's on CMT, I mean, come on, what do you fucking think?
Well, but even like Home Improvement was fairly, as far as his stuff is concerned, is fairly right leaning, because he's always talking about the world, like without saying outright. He's like, the world's becoming pussified. You got to be a man. You got to like that kind of thing. And that's all that Last Man Standing was. And he's like, oh, the world's too woke. The world's too. Nobody gives it. Like it's like, I don't think that Tim Allen affects that world enough for anybody to give a shit. And like Last Man Standing was out when like Toy Story 3 came out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so,
like he can't even have a show or whatever that's like right leaning for right leaning people. They need shows too, I guess.
Well, and that's what like
I guess.
Well, that's actually my favorite thing. Whenever a comedian now is like kind of falls off, they start just going right leaning.
Oh, it's woke culture. That's what they did. Ruined my career.
Yeah. Well, like Louis C.K. did that.
Oh.
And it was just like, oh, they don't like that I rape. You guys over here will love me. Oh, and I know he didn't. I know he didn't rape.
Rape
I'm just.
me!
Yeah. I like
You rape me anytime.
I know. But yeah.
I watched, speaking about this stuff, I watched, like, for the first time ever, as I was forced, I watched Dave Chappelle's The Closer.
Oh, how is
like, the whole thing is just him, like, jerking himself off.
Yeah.
The entire thing, like, maybe, yes, he said a couple things, you're like, oh, okay, what? But the whole thing is just, like, I am not a transphobe, homophobe / this. And then the next thing is, like, a joke about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like, he would never at any point ever really... It's like, oh, I knew a trans girl once, and he's told a story about her, and then he's like, oh, see how could, you know what I mean? But the whole thing was like him calling himself the greatest of all time, and it's like the whole thing was such a wank off and such a like a self-serving thing about how woke he actually is, and how about we don't know because he's so smart. And I love the one part too where he's like, when I finished Chappelle's show, I was a nobody. And I was like, that is an out-and-out lie. Yeah. You were a humongous celebrity.
You were arguably the biggest star on television.
Like everybody was doing Dominic James, bitch, and like everybody was quoting everything from that fucking show.
I saw a dude on Twitter, like on Halloween, who dressed up as Tyrone Biggums. It's still happening.
Yeah, like, and I'm just saying, like, for him to be like, I was a nobody, and he's like, I'm the guy that walked away from 50 million. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, but you're also the guy that now makes $20 million a Netflix special to like make fun of trans people and like... you know, fucking be a total prick. Yeah. And it's like, it was obviously his opinion, so it was like, whatever. Yeah. But like I said, it was just so, with all the trans stuff aside, it was so self-serving. Yeah. And such a fucking like narcissistic like thing. I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, I didn't bring myself to watch it.
I was like, ugh, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. And it's sad to see because I just don't like that narcissism period. Like I felt like Eddie Murphy started falling into that, like even to like I towards the end of the stand-up side of his career, you know, where it was just like he knew how big he was and that hurt him.
Like as if everything he's saying in his special is like, drop the mic, drop the mic, hand me another mic so I can drop the mic. And I'm just like, you're not. I was like, you're literally speaking to the people that like it was, in my opinion, he was speaking more to the people that were transphobic and were. Yeah. But like I said, that aside, it was very, very self-serving. Yeah.
Now, you're joking, but I do want to see a comedy special where a guy drops a mic and another mic is delivered.
And then he drops that mic and then
and then the end of the special is just a zoomed-in shot of a pile of mics.
He's somewhere under there.
I'm very...
It's like in what's it called too, where he shoots so many
Hot
bullets that
Shots.
there's like a huge
Hot Shots Part 2. Oh, we got to do those. We haven't done a Hot Shots movie.
And then at the end of the special, he's like, I'm not doing another special for a while. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And to be honest with you, his other ones, to be honest, I didn't think were very impressive either. I don't think since he's come back that he's been particularly that funny.
He's doing this new thing, which is this really like slow and laid back, and I'm like, that doesn't.
Whatever. Like I said, I'm not really.
No,
it
doesn't.
Really
it doesn't hit with me either. It's just I don't like that pace for comedy. I like to be hit.
And at the end of it, he's like, he's like, we'll continue talking about this when we can all laugh.
Oh,
and I was like, that's just like we you know, like as a kid, whatever, like you're playing marbles, I win one game, I'm the champion, now that I'll never play again.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, it's like you just opened up this whole can of worms for yourself, and now you're just like, I'm stepping back.
Yeah.
You know, this is, I'm stepping back. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't think anybody should have. The better thing for people to do would not make a big deal at all. Don't even fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't even like just.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Well, that's the problem. And this is what people are counting on. Like, there's that one guy, that Ben Shapiro guy, who's like that uber asshole of Republican dudes. And that's all he does is he just goes on and then he's like, I think it's awesome that like this person got like, you know, shit on for being gay or whatever. And then just sits back and waits for all the hate because it's attention. And attention fuels them.
Like
it's exactly
Tucker Carlson.
It's like Peter Pan. If you stop believing and then they just
like
go away.
Freddy Krueger.
Precisely.
Or just don't look. Just don't look.
Oh, yes, The Simpsons. I watched a bunch, actually. For the first time in a long time, I watched a bunch of the Treehouse of Horrors in a row on Halloween during the day, and it was just such a joyful watch.
I have to every time I'm on Disney Plus, I'm always like, oh, let's go back into The Simpsons, man, and watch because it used to be on all the time. Now I don't see it. Every time we turn at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then you'd see this, it was like 4:30 or something, and then like half an hour for something later, the same one would be on from yesterday, and then you'd be like, fuck it, I'll just sit and watch it anyways. Fuck it. Oh, I actually watched a new one.
Yeah.
It was actually quite funny.
Yeah, they're still
good. Dr. Hibbard's voice is not him now.
Yeah.
Because you now cannot have a character. You can't have a white person voice a black person now. Apu's totally gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's not even Dr. Hibbard anymore. It's like some other guy.
Yeah, it's hard for such a
nobody gave a shit when it was like Uncle Phil is the voice of the Shredder.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck?
You can go from
already established characters. Why fucking change them?
I know. I agree. I think it's my constant thing. If you weren't offended, like at this point, like, and it wasn't like, oh, it was the 60s, it was a different time. It's like, if you weren't offended here, it's weird to be offended here. And I know there was one guy, and you know what? Like, he makes a point. He makes a good point.
I don't agree with it though.
But no, I don't. I'm not saying that they should have made the change. I'm saying that just his point in general is, why are you hiring like this guy to do this when there's plenty of good Indian actors who you could have went and got an Indian actor from the jump? And it's like, okay, you know what? That's a great point, and that's something worth taking note of in the future for future shows that Fox does, or for future characters that The Simpsons brings on and things like that. And it's just like, but like, we'll grandfather in the people that everybody already loves.
Why would you like have every character when you can have 3 people do all the voices?
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
so why are you gonna like?
I 100% agree. And that's why I said, like, at this point, The Simpsons should have just been grandfathered. Because
I agree. I like that. Like, have them grandfathered in.
Because, like, while Apu was stereotypical, he wasn't bad.
I agree.
Right? Like, he was arguably one of the more moral characters, other than just being, like, a little bit
But
of
they make fun of all the characters get made fun of.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Homer's like the everyday American.
But, like,
nobody's...
Like, Hibbert's the doctor.
Yeah, like he...
You know, like... But it's... that's its own thing, and it's like, I'm of the opinion that they, like, that should have been you're right, moving forward, this is how we're gonna handle it. But we're not completely undoing this iconic TV
like the show's been on for like 30 years
because one comedian is mad at us that he didn't get the job, even though he was like 13 when the show started.
The one thing that happened to was their comedian that came out and he thought he was very offended by Apu.
Harry Kondabolu.
And was a good comedian. I was like, he is too. And I think people probably did the oppression to him as he was a kid and stuff, right? But it's like, I'm sure they would do something else then. If it wasn't going to be Apu, it would have been somebody else, something else.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't mean to attack this character. I can't talk to the guy's personal life and blah blah blah. But
No,
yeah, whatever.
I do get being offended by that. I do, but at the same,
then that would be like every fat character
Yeah.
that is ever on a show now has to be either taken out, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, people made fun of me because I was fat.
yeah. But it's also,
And now they're calling me Chris Farley. Hey, Chris Farley. Hey, Chris Farley.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I was Chris Farley though, but I'm just saying if it was in a
Literally
negative way,
Chris
it was more like, hey, there's Chris Farley.
Yeah.
I think.
but I get it with racial stereotypes and stuff. There's a difference, but again, it's the same thing. It's like understand, learn the lesson, moving forward,
Move on.
But then it's like Apu was not hurting anybody except this one guy, which is unfortunate because again, if it brings up any personal whatever, I get it. And
What about the lady that he banged at the party? She was remember they ran into the closet for like 14. He had like 12 seconds to go to that party. And he like drinks. In a condo, like falls in the pool, gets dragged into the shed, makes out in there,
I remember that,
and then goes.
that was really funny. I haven't seen that one in a long time.
It was like the Pulp Fiction one.
Yes. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. It was like it was going all over the city and stuff. Yeah, I remember that. That was good. Yeah. So that was that. But speaking, because that all kind of was born from the Netflix special. I finished finally Squid Game. Well, a while ago, since our last.
Like the number one thing in the world while I'm gone on the boat is everybody's like, Squid Games, Squid Games. It sounds like like Battle Royale meets.
It's a bit
Hunger Games or something.
Yeah, well, it is a bit of that, but it's
You said it's good, yeah.
It's very good, and it because it starts from this place of people who are desperate for money, and like the main guy, this guy shows up and he's like, we're gonna play this kids game, and if you win, I'm gonna give you money, and if I win,
right,
you gotta
they're all
give me
in
money.
debt, whatever,
and they're all in like these massive debts and stuff like that, and then you end up bottom line, you end up with 456 people.
It's a lot of people
in this game.
It's a lot of sandwiches at the old table for lunch.
And then you get the first game.
That's why you play the first game before lunch.
Yeah, precisely.
Like, how come there's only 200 sandwiches here?
Yeah, you'll see. but then, so then, like, long story short, I don't think it's a spoiler to anybody. They play a kids game.
They've already seen it, but I'm like the only person who hasn't fucking seen it.
But yeah, you play a kids game, and instead of just losing and being sent home, you die. But the story behind that gets really cool because they do some things that are like kind of out of left field. Where as far as like how the game is handled, what's going on behind the scenes, there's some police involvement stuff. The 6th episode is the saddest episode I've ever seen of a show, which I don't want to spoil because
that one where they're all in the apartment building with the monsters, that was a pretty depressing show. And not Space Sweepers. What the hell was it? It was their Asian, it was dubbed. They're in a building. Everybody wants to half kill themselves. Everybody's turning into monsters. What the fuck was the name of it? It was good. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
Anyways, also Alice in Borderland, another Korean show that's supposed to be amazing too. That's on Netflix that I'm going to check out next. But I just need some time to actually spend the time to do it. But yeah, so there's a lot of nuance. There's not a lot of episodes. I think it's an 8-episode deal. And
is it a one and done, or is there season 2 coming?
It sounds like a season 2 will come.
Of course they will. Once like season 6 or whatever, episode 6, they're like, holy shit, 18 trillion people watch this motherfucker.
Well, no, but they all get released at the same time, so they didn't know. But but like the way they built it, they just built it so it was open-ended to have a sequel. Not necessarily that you'll see another Squid Game.
I wonder because they tapped into the Asian market, which is monstrous. That is why it has the most views ever.
Yeah.
That's why like Mandarin is the number one.
Yeah.
But do they have Netflix in China?
But remember, that's not Netflix tapping into the Asian market. That's a Korean production company selling their show to Netflix.
Oh, no, I know that.
So,
but I'm saying then you'd have the Asian market be like, oh, fuck, we're all watching this. There's tons. You know, so the numbers are going to go way up.
But it's
I dig it.
Yeah. But there's also that thing, too, because it's like every country has like requirements of having like content from their own country. So that might have been something that was just made to be for Korean Netflix that then got split. Then they were like, oh, this is pretty
send it over, friggin' give it to us.
Yeah, we're going to give it to everybody.
Yeah.
So, and because like it was the same thing.
Every fucking buddy watched it.
Because it was the same thing with like a lot of like some Canadian shows.
33.3% on Canada has to be Canadian content.
Yeah.
Which is why there's so much Bryan Adams in the radio. We have a lot of good Canadian talent, though, so I don't give a shit. I like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, this was a good.
Cool.
This was a good last few years with like the success of Schitt's Creek and Kim's Convenience.
Yeah, that show did pretty well, eh?
Yeah, they both did quite well. And well, I
Good,
mean,
good for
Schitt's
them.
Creek destroyed, but like,
Yeah,
it
that show
was-
kicked ass.
Yeah, and so yeah, that was cool. It would be nice to see more of that. They've tried
we
some
will.
things like what. Letterkenny has a following in the States, not as a huge.
Right. I wasn't a fan of
but
Letterkenny.
I wasn't a big fan of Letterkenny either, which is sad because
But
I went
teach
to
their
college
own.
with the producer.
Teach their
But,
own.
But yeah, no, well, to me, it was just a different Trailer,
Trailer
Park
Park
Boys.
Boys.
And I found Trailer Park Boy, like, I got annoyed by Trailer Park Boys.
I love Trailer Park Boys.
Like, it was funny. It was funny, but then there was a point at which I'm like, okay, I've seen it. Like, I got the point.
This you kind of do, but I fucking
yeah.
loved it. I fucking loved every minute of it.
And that was a lot of people. And that is another show that has, like, a following outside
Snoop
of
Dogg was on it.
Yeah, right? So
Snoop Dogg loves Trailer Park Boys.
once the Snoop does it, then we know it's good.
They had Joshua Homme from Queens of the Stone Age,
Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. I thought you were
who was
mispronouncing
just
it.
in a custody battle for his children with Brody Dale. Dolly.
And it was solved with arm wrestling.
Yep. Yes, it was.
Give me back my son.
Give me back my son.
Yeah. No, when you said the name, I just didn't trust that you said it right. So I'm like, who are you talking about?
You know what's funny is like when you talk about like The Simpsons and everything,
Yeah.
nobody says shit about South Park anymore.
No.
It's been so offensive for so long that people are just like, meh.
Yeah. Yeah. We
The
already
only thing
know
that happened or anything at all was that Buddy left because they made fun of Scientology, but then came back.
Yeah. Well, because nobody else was hiring.
He's like, all right. Oh
Nobody
no,
else
and
is hiring
Scientology was like,
Scientology.
you're not paying your bills.
Yeah.
Isaac Hayes.
Yeah.
Xenu ain't showing up for free, brah.
Yeah. I can't get enough for your love, babe. Is not popping off on the charts the way it used to.
Oh man.
What?
What a fucking month, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had the Switch OLED.
Yeah.
Metroid Dread.
Both of which I
is
got to review.
Absolutely fantastic. Metroid Dread I'm playing right now. Absolutely fantastic game. If you have the Switch, totally play it. It's wicked awesome.
Yeah.
And then there was a new double Mastodon album, which is
Double Mastodon.
absolutely brilliant.
Is it called Mastodon?
No,
Oh, right. So it's a single
it is.
Mastodon
It is. It's it's like an hour and a half long,
Wow.
and it is fucking worth every minute.
Oh, that's great.
Awesome. So if you like hard rock, then listen to it.
Yeah. No, that's too soft for me. I go hard with Buble. Ooh. And then like he's thrash.
You mean Bubbles?
Yeah. Bubbly.
Bubbly? Yeah, bubbly. I mean, bubbly?
Yeah.
Is that what we were talking about for Trailer Park Boys and then Bubbles just came out?
Oh, I get it. I
don't.
His glasses. Right?
Okay, you don't need glasses at all, eh?
I do. Well, I do need glasses, but I don't like. I only need them in like really specific scenarios.
While driving,
remember we had that whole thing.
reading,
Yeah, just like sleeping.
seeing.
Yeah. No, like I can mostly read. Like it's very small up there, but I can mostly read it. But then I've got that light shining in my face, so I can't read anything that's over there. But when my eyes get really dry, it's my vision starts to blur a bit, and that's when I
You get
put on
the
my
gunk
glasses.
eye,
Get the gunk eye.
where you can you go like this, and there's like a eye booger in there.
No, I have the
hopefully.
Yeah, I have the squeaky eye, which I think we'd done this a long time ago, but we're gonna
Come on,
do it
give me a
again
squeak.
because now
Come on.
we make TikToks and stuff. So this is for
Go on.
TikTok. There you go.
Oh my god, it sounds like Tinkerbell rubbing one out. Until it gets wet, and then and then it stops.
Can I thank you though? Because I was trying to come up with some kind of fun DJI related pun, and I had nothing, and then you saved me by giving me that. So
And then it stops.
yeah, you're
And
wearing
then she goes, "Oh, Peter."
you're masturbating with the wrong gym shoes. But that's what just
It's a
go.
little rocking chair.
There you go. Go put on any basketball game right now and mute the sound, and then this is what you'd hear normally. It's just the shoes squeaking on the.
It could also be like the sound effect of Maggie sucking on the soother.
That's true too. That's actually something that's been I've been really enjoying right now. A lot of people are making these dumb
Making
videos.
fucking eye noises to your people.
No, they're making dumb videos where they remove like all the noise, but then just add the little small noises. So one of them was Depeche Mode.
Oh, they came out with a new album. It's really good.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, Duran. Sorry.
Oh, there you go. But anyways, I think they're the same.
Yeah,
man.
whatever.
You prove me wrong. But it was just them. So there was no music playing, and it was just the guy dancing, and you could hear the floor squeaking, and then he'd clap his hand, and you'd hear the clap, and then you'd hear like a little heh. And then, but like none of the other stuff was happening.
No other sounds, like the people yelling at him to stop dancing.
Well, it was like
Stop dancing.
It was like that old Star Wars one that we watched where it was they removed all the music. And
I
it was
prefer
like
the
just-
ones where like the girl blows a bubble and when it pops, then her clothes have been removed. And she's like, oh my God, what happened with that bubble?
You'd love TikTok. Mm-hmm. You would love it. It's that.
That's what the video I thought you were going to say.
Yeah.
Or like something they go like, and then or like they put like a glass of water to the screen when they pull it back, like they're wearing 2 jackets. I'm like, whoa. Big fucking deal. You can afford 2 jackets. Good for you.
Yeah. I remember there was one because there was this video trend for a little while of girls who would they would do this thing and then it would come back and it was like, show me your baggy clothes, then show me what's underneath kind of thing, right? And it would always be a girl with baggy clothes and the girl with the hottest body with like the teeny tiny
Right.
bikini.
And then it would.
And so they did that. And so it was the girl, and it was like, show me that and show me what's underneath. And then so like she puts her hand over the camera and she goes out, and it's just her holding a giant Lego Millennium Falcon, and she's just like,
See, that's good.
see, some people,
that kind of shit.
people get creative. Like you gotta kind of like find, because there's also people who are just like, I'm hot and that's how I'm gonna be
That's
famous.
gonna
on
be
here.
it.
Like there's
Well,
one.
it's like every costume going.
There's one girl, because I saw the tweet more than once and I was positive it was a different video, not the tweet, the TikTok. So I went onto her thing and literally like 4 or 5 times she does the exact same thing where she does the voiceover of this thing. She's like, what? You're holding your phone in your left hand again? Nice. And it's just her like in like a sexy outfit,
Right.
and it's like her like, you're masturbating to be like that
Right,
kind of
yeah.
thing. But she literally used the exact same sound and did the exact same thing like 3 times. Like,
8 million
like, it was
views.
just and yeah, they all got huge views, and I'm just like, God Almighty, like that's not a creative person. If you're hot and creative,
That's
I'm all for it.
yes, no, God got creative with you, so that's it now.
Yeah.
You just show yourself off.
But that's neither here nor there. All right, we got to get to telling what the next movie
Oh
is.
yeah, we should. It's getting late.
It is getting really late, and we've got a 2-hour movie to
A
watch.
long one.
All right.
That's not a long one.
No, it's comparatively, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But next week we are watching a movie that we did not enjoy watching.
Oh wow.
Because I had to put off the other
Wow.
one, the other fun one. I had to put off another week because I have to have time to organize all the interview clips.
We're gonna have to do it like one day.
Yeah.
Purgatory double whammy where we do this movie and the other one
Yes.
that we shall not be named.
Yes. Something about Chris Pratt voices, and that's all we know about. Which he's also doing Garfield now.
He's voicing everybody. Mario,
Yeah.
Garfield.
Yeah. He voices my conscience now. Yeah.
Mine's still Morgan Freeman.
Andy Dufresne. What does that have to do with my own morality?
Shut the hell up, Morgan Freeman.
Crawl through your own shit.
Okay, that's more like it.
Okay, there it is. But anyways, so this is a movie that we loved as kids, and
Everybody
apparently
should
did not,
love it forever.
and apparently did not grow with us.
Yeah, you're that one.
Whoopsie doodles. Yeah, it's a Chris Elliott vehicle.
People be like, yeah.
Oh my God.
But there's been so many.
You're
all thinking the wrong one.
I was so excited to watch that
So was
movie
I.
again, and then we were watching it and just like
Should have watched Ready to Rumble.
Should have watched Ready. Well, I
told you.
Oh, if I had it available to me, we would have been watching Ready to Rumble. But we
Spent $24.99 on Amazon Prime.
I should
For
have.
Ready to Rumble.
You know what?
Extended cut.
100% could have rented it for like $4.99.
It comes with Halloween Havoc 95.
Yeah. Oh my God. But anyways, we are watching the classic Cabin Boy. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Touchstone Pictures presents
Here's how a harem girl dances.
Okay, well, thank you for that, whatever that was.
the motion picture that's so big,
Say what?
so charming,
I'm at my wit's end. I can't take it.
so manly. It's sure to be a classic for all generations.
Perhaps. You've been like the drunken, abusive grandfather I never had.
Cabin Boy.
Feel it coming.
It's the story of a boy and his love affair with the sea.
This moron got on the wrong boat.
Now he's getting a taste of the sailor's life.
Is it true it's unsafe to drink seawater?
That's a new one to me.
It's the most amazing journey ever.
Okay, moron, you go stand in the bow and let us know when we're coming close to ice.
Okay, you hit one.
He never dreamed where the winds of fortune would blow him. Where the spirit of adventure would hurl him. Or where the hands of fate
Come on over here, honey.
would grab him.
These pipes
Touchstone Pictures presents
What happened to you?
Let's just say I've finally shed my feminine side.
Chris Elliott,
So this is what you guys do for fun? Humiliate an imbecile?
Cabin Boy,
You couldn't be cuter. Hey, would you like to buy a monkey?
Guys, it's happening. Whether you like it or not, it is happening. So tune in next week, and we're doing Cabin Boy. We're at least entertaining during the thing. You don't have to watch the movie to enjoy it, but but yeah.
How long of a movie do they have to watch before it like counts?
What do you mean?
Like for our views?
Oh, I don't know.
Just do that.
Yeah, just
click
do
it
that.
on.
No, you can listen to our episode. Just don't watch the movie.
Oh, yeah, watch something else.
Yeah, watch. Yeah,
Put
yeah.
Community on mute.
Yeah, find something. Actually, Chris Elliott's in a couple episodes of Community. So just
There you
do
go.
that.
Put those on.
There
you go.
Play those on a loop, and then press stop when we do. But that's it for this week. Because we did a good one. I thought we were going to go short, and then we just kept going.
They never do.
So
I still can't remember what the fuck I was going to say. Other than that Bill Murray
story?
news. Yeah.
Was it a crazy person on a boat?
Probably. Fuck, it happens all the time. I can't get him straight.
Boat penis.
Ooh.
To that trade.
You got it. Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. I was, a couple words. Boat.
My penis stuck in the old flim sham again.
It's really, it's the world's worst Mad Libs where you have to say boat. Where it doesn't even tell you, like, say a vehicle. It just says, say boat. Okay, boat.
Boat.
And then
You win.
And then name a weird thing. Penis.
A weird thing.
There's nothing weirder than a penis. Don't
It's
even
true.
try and argue
That
with
is
it.
true.
But so until next week, guys, make sure to visit us at miscastcommentary.com. Email us podcast@miscastcommentary.com. Find us on Twitter at miscastpodcast. I'm at miscastjoe. Todd's at miscasttodd. On TikTok, we're at miscastcommentary, and you can find me on my own YouTube page, where many of the things we mentioned today, including the Eternals, Halloween. Oh no, Eternals and Halloween we reviewed on this channel.
You did.
I reviewed. Yeah. Well, you weren't here.
Whatever.
You weren't here. Where were you, Dad? But.
Drinking?
Yeah, it is. But I did review the Switch OLED and Metroid Dread on my own channel on Miscast Joe, so you can go check those out there.
You think it's worth buying the OLED over the... I guess if you're going to buy one
if you're
I'd buy the OLED.
If you're going to buy a new one because you don't have
one,
get
the OLED. Yeah.
If you want to upgrade... The only worthwhile upgrades are in the handheld. The only real upgrade, other than the look of the...
Does it have more RAMs or something?
There's more internal storage.
There's another plug or something to bump it up to...
There's an Ethernet plug in the back
of
the thing, so you can have wired internet when you're playing in console, like on the TV. You can't have wired internet when you're playing handheld. But the handheld looks nice. There is a risk of burn-in, so you don't want to have any like pause screens or anything like
what?
That. If we're talking a long time for burn-in, like you wouldn't want to like leave your Switch on and like out and then take off.
Like press pause, but then it automatically turns itself off.
Yeah, well, at which point you don't have that problem. I'm just saying OLED screens in general have a burn-in problem. But that was that. But the sound is outstanding compared to the handheld of this one. The screen is nicer. It's a bit bigger. What else was there about it? It was just overall, it was a really nice machine. And
better
like I said,
kickstand.
The way better kickstand because
like the whole thing, yeah.
And the memory card is hidden in behind there, and it's like recessed. Like they really interesting design ideas for this one. It's totally worth it. If
I'm gonna get the next one.
Yeah, if the
upgrade one.
Like say your Switch broke, or you don't have a Switch, or you were getting a second Switch for some reason, I would recommend spending the extra $50 and getting the OLED over the regular one.
Unless Nintendo comes out with the next one being on par with like the next PS, Xbox.
Yeah.
Just keep making better graphic Switch Pros or Switches. But that is like the best fucking idea ever.
No, I agree.
Handheld and TV console all in one. Fucking amazing.
I agree. I'm really bummed out by their apparently the whole Nintendo 64 aspect.
Oh, apparently it's terrible.
They said their emulator is garbage.
Like the guys online do it better.
Yeah.
Or have done it better.
Yes, they've been and have been doing it better for a long time. They were saying the online portion too. Somebody was showing
extra for this. I thought they would just have added it onto the eShop.
Yeah.
Like these games have been purchased a bazillion times already.
I agree.
Fucking Nintendo. Okay, let's get out of here. Come on.
Okay, we're gonna get out of here. That's a whole nother
Send me free shit, Nintendo.
Free shit.
I can say anything I want to about Nintendo. I spent so much money on them. They should be a goddamn partner. They should send us to Universal fucking Japan so we cannot fit on the rides.
I'd like to say that I deserve to get a lot of free stuff, but I've gotten a lot of free stuff from them because I've reviewed a lot of their shit. I didn't get to keep the OLED though, so you should send me an OLED.
Send me an OLED. Fuck that guy.
Send Todd an OLED as well. Just send me 2 OLEDs and say, here's 2 OLEDs for you, and use them at your discretion, and then just say, and then wink wink secretly ones for Todd.
Ooh, I like that plan.
Yeah, it has to be clandestine, or I don't want you to have it. Which seems fair.
Very fair.
Okay.
Very fair.
All right, guys, we're gonna see you next week with Cabin Boy. I promise you'll enjoy watching us more than you'll enjoy watching the movie. So just go that route. Wow, did I just do? That wow.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm a good boy.
He's not.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.